Welcome to Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. It is finally time. The time for an episode that focuses on a female. You heard me right. We are how many episodes in now? And we just now got an episode focused on a female. That can only mean one thing. Originally, Big Idea was planning on doing an episode about Ruth, but then they debated, what about Esther? And obviously Esther won out. But later on, we do get an episode about Ruth. So it worked out either way. We got the best of both worlds, essentially. And the title of this episode is Esther, the Girl Who Became Queen. I know, that's a terrible title. They are literally giving away plot points in the title. That's like a major twist in the story, in my opinion. Esther, the Girl Who Became Queen was released in August of 2000, and after the amazingness that was King George and the Ducky, I'm sure we're in for another epic adventure that's just silly and fun and hilarious. Clearly VeggieTales is back on track. Let's get this started. No countertop scene. This is not a good sign.
A wise man once said not to be afraid of greatness.
Wait, who is that? I'm talking about the voice. Who is the voice? I did some research on this and found that this voice isn't any character in VeggieTales. In fact, the voice doesn't even show up in any other VeggieTales episode. So they just picked some random New Yorker for the Esther episode to narrate. It doesn't make any sense. I'm as confused as you are.
Your Highness, the king was wondering if you could make him a sandwich. He says that he's the king, and whatever he says goes.
Well, I'm the queen, and the king can make his own sandwich.
You can't take that line down. Show her who's boss.
The king can do whatever he wants. He's the king.
Now, I think we all just learned a valuable lesson. When your woman won't make you a sandwich, kick her out of your castle. Remember, God made you special, and he loves you very much. Bye. All right, fine, let's watch the rest of the episode. I just don't understand the point of this title. We don't know Esther yet. We don't even know who becomes queen yet. But now we know. We know everything that we need to know. There's no plot twist upcoming at all, which really makes the next 10 minutes completely pointless. Imagine this. Imagine Esther, the Girl Who Became Queen was how all movies were titled, such as The Sixth Sense, about the guy who's been dead the whole time. Yeah, that sucks.
You saw your friend steal an apple.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it wasn't hers, but she took it.
Yep.
And now you don't know what to do.
Yeah, what should I do?
Exposition, 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 exposition. We get it. Esther's gonna become queen. Stop screwing around with us. I know we have to establish she's a nice girl and she's likable, but can't we do it more creatively? I know you've done it before.
I'm Rack.
I'm Chess.
I'm Benny.
We work here in the plant. We'd like to take a break, for goodness sake. But Mr. Nazar says you can't.
Yes, like that.
I suppose I should tell her it was wrong and that she should pay for it.
Sounds like a good answer, Esther.
Yeah, Cousin Mordecai?
How long have I been your cousin?
Well, pretty much forever.
Give or take.
This is painful to watch. Where's Bob, Larry, or Junior when you need him? We then continue to follow Esther and Pa Grape as he tells her to do whatever she knows is right. He then does some really obvious foreshadowing by reminding her of the super cliche, super slow song that her grandma used to sing to her about God. We then see Mr. Lunt come along and scoop up all the single women in the kingdom for Mr. Nezzer to choose from, including Esther, who tries to refuse, but ultimately she fails. We also lamely establish that Pa Grape and Mr. Lunt are old co-workers who now hold a grudge against each other. Meanwhile, in the background, we see a King George and the Ducky poster. Veggieception at its most subtle. Immediately after this scene, Esther sings that slow song we mentioned. It is very dull and very forgettable.
Puppies are cuddly, puppies are cute. They're never nasty or mean.
Yes, make her queen immediately. This needs to happen. It's not even a contest.
The battle is not ours.
As I said before, we already know who's going to become queen. Skip.
Queen Esther!
am utterly shocked. Next, we see Esther whining and crying like a teenage girl about how no one even asked her if she wanted to be queen. Oh, boo-hoo. I really don't know what she is whining about. All she had to do was be a crazy lady to lose. The puppy lady showed us perfectly how to fail. In fact, I'm pretty sure the puppy lady was trying not to be queen.
Do you think she's gonna like me?
Well, you're interesting, and she has basically been Buzzsaw Louie 2.0 so far, so I say you have a fair chance.
Why, any girl in the whole kingdom would be happy to make you a sandwich. King or no king.
Assassination attempt on the king. Nice.
Every newlywed needs a cake, no?
Oh, you shouldn't have. It looks delicious. Why don't you bring me over a piece?
You can come over here to eat it.
This is gonna be so boss. The king is gonna die in a VeggieTales episode. Oh, but wait, that means plain Jane Esther will end up being queen. And I don't mean just queen, I mean like she'll be in charge. She'll be ruling everyone. Nah, I don't want that. Who wants that? Why can't Junior be king? Where is Junior? I kind of miss him. Oh, what am I saying? Snap out of it, Christian nutrition guy.
Doesn't it look yummy?
Stop! It's a trap!
Ugh. Esther would ruin the one cool thing to happen in this episode so far.
Hey, aren't you the Peony brothers? The most wanted peas in Persia?
And we could have taken over the kingdom if it wasn't for that meddling queen.
Would have been mine if it hadn't been to those meddling kids. Hadn't been to those meddling kids. If it wasn't for you snoopers. Hadn't been to those meddling kids.
Mr. Lunt then sends the peas to the island of perpetual tickling, a place where the tickling never ever ends. Afterwards, Mr. Lunt sings a catchy tune to the king in order to convince him to essentially banish all the Jews. I mean, banish Palgrave to the island of perpetual tickling.
They must be busted.
There are those who can't be trusted.
Palgrave then finds out and immediately runs to Esther for help since she actually holds a position of authority and power. Esther explains how she is too scared to even confront the king and says once again how she didn't want to be queen in the first place, which causes her to sing another doll/slow song to clear her mind and make the right decision.
I don't understand. Tell me why.
I told you, it's a snooze fest.
Did you invite the queen?
No, I don't think I did. But that's okay. Come on over here, Queenie Pooh.
Seriously, Mr. Nezzer makes for a fun king. Him and King George, aka King Larry, should team up.
But my little Queenie Pooh can visit me anytime she wants.
Esther gets too scared to ask the king for the favor of not killing her people and just invites him over for dinner instead. Over where, you may ask? I don't know either, since they are supposed to live in the same castle. Mr. Lunt does a little bullying of Palgrave to remind you why he is the bad guy and make you root against him. Later on, Mr. Nezzer's having the events of his day read back to him, and Larry the scribe mentions how Palgrave is actually the one who told Esther about the piano and essentially saved the king's life.
What is it?
Okay, there's this really great guy that I really want to thank. You know, show him my appreciation for something he did. I was thinking of a card or something.
Oh, no, cards are nice, but this sounds like a very special guy. I think this guy should be dressed in royal robes and be marched through the whole city on your horse.
All those things you mentioned, every last one, do that for the good God Mordecai, the man who saved my life.
Classic sitcom mix-up.
Someone is plotting against my family. Tomorrow, my people and I will be banished to the island of perpetual tickling. It's Haman.
Is this true?
I don't know what she's talking about. She's crazy.
Snitches get stitches. Now I have to go beat up Esther. I just realized Esther's a girl, so... King Nezzer finds out who's tricked into banishing all the Jew veggies and sends Mr. Lunt to the island of perpetual tickling. He has Palgrave take over Mr. Lunt's old job, and Esther just stands on the balcony while the New York narrator tells you how great and courageous she is, instead of, showing us. What a disappointing episode. Seriously. Esther, the girl who became queen, seriously reached some new lows for me. Sure, it isn't as bad as the Christmas Spectacular / the Toy Save Christmas, but it came dangerously close. Both episodes had a main lead who was dull and uninteresting and you didn't care about. There was also a large emphasis on just telling us instead of showing us, which is perfectly represented in the beginning of the episode when Pa Grape is just spouting exposition at Esther, when really it's just for the audience. Esther already knows everything he's telling her. And honestly, outside of the puppy lady and the Peas assassination on the king, I'm not gonna remember anything about this episode by the time the next episode rolls around. It's just that forgettable. There isn't even a silly song, which is a sin, I'm sure. I'll ask God about it. And honestly, I hope we never see the character of Esther again, which is pretty sad because the actual biblical story of Esther could be told in a very interesting way. It's a great story, actually. And here it just is executed so poorly, which is weird for VeggieTales to do. Anyway, stay tuned as next time we take a look at Lyle, the kindly Viking, which, as I can gather from the cover, stars Junior, which in the past I would have hated this, but I'm thankful for that now. At least it'll be interesting. Remember, God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye.